That's right. If you're just tuning in, you are tuned in to the Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate all the people all over the world. That is right. We're also, of course, always like to thank our YouTube partners. YouTube is there, being the best platform in our opinion. Obviously, Instagram being second. But bear with me. Uh, you are tuned in to the Photography Plug, and we're talking, that's right, the black news. That is correct. You are tuned in to the Photography Plug, and we're talking black news. The livest one. Like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the realest. That's right, the realest. Straight from Phillips. I greatly appreciate all the support. If you were on earlier, I apologize. I got a little bit upset. We are real human beings and there's no clones here. So we do show emotions and sometimes the allocation doesn't come, but we'd like to thank our great partner, YouTube, for not sponsoring it, bringing this type of capability. That is true. I see one of the first comments tonight. Welcome you to the Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate everybody. We're out here tonight supporting one of these teams I used to play for, actually that page. That's right. We played on this exact field, so we're tuning into the Smith and Dudley High School football game. It's been a talk of the town. It's the biggest talk in the region. Who's better, Dudley High School, which is a black high school, versus Page High School, which is also a predominantly black school. We'd like to shout out all the teachers and all the people that support the band, obviously the music. We are talking P. Diddy. P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. So I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in. You are tuned in to the Photography Plug. Give me a second to get my bearings. And remember, if you're an entrepreneur, be ready to be very patient. Most businesses don't make money until about 10 years. Some of the bigger chains that you've been to and spent lots of money haven't even cut a profit yet. So be patient, be diligent, and continuously work at your business. The livest one, like I'm from Bedford-Stuyvesant, the realest. That's right, straight from Phillips. Remember, everybody starts from zero. Every view has to be one. That entrepreneurship should be in your mind. But tonight we're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated for more than close to 2 weeks. He must be adjusting to that Rikers Island feel. If you're hearing any music in the background, you are hearing probably Smith or Dudley High School tonight. So welcome. Seems like somebody just scored. We'll figure out what's going on. We'll get a little bit closer. But welcome to the Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate everybody supporting. Subscribe. We're close to 123,000 subscribers. We just surpassed 61 million views. So greatly appreciate all the support over the years. We had the YouTube page for a while, but we only had all of these views in the last 2 years. So the last 2 years have just been amazing. Welcome. I greatly appreciate everybody tuning in to the Photography Plug. Then we talk P. Diddy. That's right, P. Diddy being incarcerated. You think tonight's Friday. What's going on in that jail? A lot of movement. A lot of people don't want to be incarcerated in the jail because people are constantly coming in and out. I'm not sure about this federal penitentiary. Are people able to make bond very frequently or quickly? If you're just tuning in, we're supporting this function. Smith and Dudley High School. That's right. And go out and support your local high schools in any way, which way that you can think of. We are talking P. Diddy, and welcome. This is a forum that your comments mean everything, whether they're negative or positive. Remember, every comment can lead to an allocation. So we'll check the scoreboard and see what's going on. I see the Smith in that white and Dudley there. I'm sorry, Dudley in the white, gold. Smith looks to be wearing, that's right, Smith High School looks to be wearing all gold. So this is very flashy, very sharp for these individuals, these young athletes. That one day will, that's right, some of these athletes will run the world. Maybe not on that football field. Remember, the NFL career isn't but so long. So we try to find a spot so we don't have to bother anybody. But this is obviously legendary. Smith High School versus Dudley. You got the score. You know the score.
Like 36 to nothing.
Oh, who's winning?
Dudley.
Dudley.
They're about to score.
Yeah. So this looks like Dudley's on top by a handsome amount. That is correct. So if you're just tuning in, you're tuning in to the photography plug. I was one of those players on that field at one period of time. So how could we not support the future of this country and the future of America? So many beautiful black faces out here tonight. Great weather. That is true. Great weather. The photography plug is here. Those helmets look good. No matter what score is, nobody's really a loser. But remember, America's about winning. So let's win. I'll be reading some of these comments. We're talking about P. Diddy being incarcerated. That is true. Diddy's incarceration in New York City has shocked the world. That Brooklyn, a lot of people thought Manhattan. No, his incarceration is actually in Brooklyn. If you hear any music in the background, it's Dudley celebrating their victory against Smith Eagles High School. So all these athletes, shouts out to all the athletes, all the parents that put in so much time, so much diligent time. We're supporting our own community, and I think you should do so. Go out and see your local superstars. That's right. If you're a high school superstar, you are a star, my friend. Even if you was a high school superstar 20 years ago. To me, in my opinion, once a star, always a star. And the biggest stars in the world are actually high school football players. Opinionated. Just imagine being in high school, being that superstar. Just imagine. So welcome to the photography plug. It looks like Smith's trying to score. Smith throws a lazy to the left. Not a very accurate pass by that quarterback. Looking good in those pink socks. Remember, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Weekend. That's right, a month, October. That's cool. A lot of good football games out. Support your local talent. So we'll see what Smith does. And they look good in that goal, but they're down a lot. Dudley, 99, that's a big guy. I wouldn't want to meet 99 in the alleyway, in the dark way in New York City. I wouldn't want to see 99, whoever 99 is. I wouldn't want to see you in a dark alleyway. I wouldn't want to see the cost. That's right. This is a capitalism of your stay. That's right. Somebody has to feed that young gentleman. And 99 looks like he's vicious. 99 comes in. Oh, quarterback hits. Inaccurate pass. Dudley looks very strong. Smith, a little lazy pass. It looks like Dudley has the ball back all over again. Can you remember all those high school years? Whether you was in high school recently or before. I was even seeing the algorithm of Chris Brown. We did a video with Yasmin Lopez, Chris Brown. A lot of people are it's trending on YouTube. And I noticed, I said, well, Chris Brown's age bracket is now looking at these, it's saying 30 and up almost. Chris Brown's almost an old school artist. That is true. Number 14 looks ready as a defender. Cornerbacks look ready. 25, strong safety, looking like a Donald Armstrong out there all those years ago. Number 25, rugged linebacker. Dudley steps back at 15, crushed down. Welcome to the photography plug. We are talking P. Diddy, but we're enjoying this game. So obviously, guys, that game seems to be a wrap. But the discussion for tonight is obviously P. Diddy being incarcerated. We don't want to miss any super highlights. We should cover some of these games and support. That's why I always say donate, donate, donate. And now we want to motivate you. We want to motivate you as far as entrepreneurship. Just imagine these players can be sponsored. And if you go to college, that is correct. That is correct. But remember, like I said before, yes, nothing is bigger than a high school football star. If you was a star 20 years, 10 years ago, in my mind, you still are a star, especially if it was on that field. Shout out to ESTG. He didn't want to talk about his football career. We wanted to hear about it. It upsetted him. But we're talking important. See if we get a quick score here. Represent your black and brown schools. Make sure you do that. I greatly appreciate it. We'll start the topic very soon. We'll be live for a little while. And I didn't want to actually bother those people as we're broadcasting live from Smith Dudley High. Remember to support Dudley and Smith any way you can. We actually go to the games. We could go tonight. Just got off work, so I don't know if I'm going to have the energy for all of that. So welcome to the photography plug. So yes, now tonight is a night where it is fall. It's fall weather. And it actually feels really good out here. I hope you are being healthy. Now, a lot of people are talking New York City still. Hip-hop community is still in shock about the crimes alleged. One of the bigger record producers in American and world history that so many people seem to be talking about all over social media. And as the saga continued, that saga continued with allegations of more people coming out. And then imagine if a small high school was accusing you of these terrible crimes. I'm surprised they didn't put them back on suicide watch. That is correct, my friends. I am very surprised that they did not put P. Diddy back on suicide watch. Because you imagine if you are sitting in a jail and you have no idea that you have new charges, and then all of a sudden they have to give you the paperwork through your cell. And imagine if you were in that cell and being handed this paperwork saying that 120 different people are saying that you broke the law. I don't care who you are, that's going to be hard to beat. Now, P. Diddy hired an attorney. Now, he's surrounded by some of the smartest individuals in the world. He is in a federal prison. Nobody's there for a traffic ticket. Everybody is there with their 95% possible conviction rate. That is correct. So everybody is there under a crime that the federal government thought that they possibly committed. And that's why in their federal jail sits P. Diddy. They are saying that he possibly committed 120 different crimes against human beings. I'll be reading some of these comments right now. Somebody just commented, he earned his way to prison. P. Diddy has not been convicted. That is true. of any crime. He is not registered as a sex offender because he is not a convicted felon. As a matter of fact, he has nothing at all on his record except for accusations and charges. But even if you fill out that application, they're not going to ask you, do you have any charges? They're going to simply ask you, do you have any convictions? And are you convicted? Are you convicted of any crime against anybody in the United States of America or against any human or any law? So you can imagine the pickle that P. Diddy is in. Yes, my friends. Just imagine. And as the crowd seems to roar, Dudley seems to take control of this game, and interception by Dudley. So welcome to the Photography Plug. We'll be wiping off the screen. We want to make sure that everybody understands. You can call me anything, but don't call us plagiarizing all the imageries that we have to offer there on those rails. Again, we'd like to thank the partners at YouTube. They've been absolutely wonderful. And even our partners at IG, they've been wonderful also. We are talking P. Diddy. That's right, P. Diddy being incarcerated in that jail in New York City. So I'll be reading some of these comments. Right now. Who are you standing behind the fence? Let me wipe this screen off. Okay, that's clear. Good. I want to make sure we have some clarity. We like Johnny Dang. Now, all of our videos that we own on those rails, we pride ourselves into using professional cameras, sometimes professional cell phones, and sometimes professional lenses. So we pride ourselves with Alpha, Nikon, and also Sony. Obviously, shouts out to Sony. And again, shouts out to our YouTube partners. I'll be reading some of these comments right now. You got to tell him no. Oh, yes. A very good comment. This is deriving from Mr. Cat Williams. That was a very successful comedian, no matter where you're at in the world. Maybe you don't know him. You know, even when they ask Kanye, they ask him, who are you? Because maybe everybody in the entire world doesn't know you. But yes, that was very funny. The next comment. Somebody just said professional cell phone. Yes, they are. They do offer. They do offer professional cell phones, professional formatted cell phones. You know, it's not the old days anymore where you have to have your big camera on you everywhere you go. But I do have a nightmare. Yes, as a photographer, my biggest nightmare is to finally get those Rihanna shots and don't have a camera. What do? You pay money. You pay a photographer that's near you to get you those images over. You do anything to own those images or even a partnership of that beautiful Rihanna. So welcome to the Photography Plug. I greatly appreciate. Subscribe, donate. We talk entrepreneurship and how important entrepreneurship is in the world. That is true. How important that entrepreneurship. We're out here supporting Dudley and Smith High School. Looks like Dudley is clobbering that Smith, those Golden Eagles. I would like to remember way back Terry Cooper scoring against that Page High School. So welcome to the Photography Plug. I think we was all down there as an athlete one day. And those days are over now. You can hear my voice all over the world. Welcome to the Photography Plug. I'll be reading some of these comments. Somebody just commented, I finally get it. Somebody just commented, selling crack is not entrepreneurship. Oh, we're not the authorities. This is a photography plug. We don't believe in synthetics, but we believe in making things realistic, right? So I think some places look down on synthetics. So if you go to the black and brown neighborhoods, they're trying to sell us synthetics to kill us, not real marijuana, not real coca leaf that derives from cocaine. So if you're in Colombia, I think it would probably be healthy, but by the time it gets here, it's no good for you. It's no good. It's fentanyl. So rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. He passed away from a fentanyl overdose. And that's exactly what I'm talking about. That is a drug-related thing. Even when you see him being buried, rest in peace, Rich Homie Quan, you can see, yes, my friends, you can see Rich Homie Quan and it being a drug deal gone wrong. So a lot of times we act like we're chemists. So whatever you eat in the morning, maybe you eat eggs, but this is not a chemical. We try to, that's when they say chemical imbalance. In other words, they're trying to say you're on some type of drug that is making you act a certain way. So that chemical imbalance. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Rest in peace to Rich Homie Quan. And we like to show respects. And a moment of silence. A moment of silence for Rich Homie Quan. We're out here with the Eagles. They look defeated. Dudley's on top. They're like champions and always been champions. We'll see if they come back. We're moving on. A moment of silence for Rich Homie Quan. So if you're just tuning in, you are tuned in to the Photography Plug. Tonight is a Friday night. We're out here supporting the Eagles. Say we'll go into the game and we will actually, talk about some football, talk about sports. I think that'd be fun because this is a gentleman's club. The last video we put out, actually Yasmin Lopez was on there. She's a great friend of mine, and we're talking Chris Brown. That is true. Would you want to see Chris Brown at your next Super Bowl? I think that thing with Rihanna happened so many years ago. I think Chris was a kid. Just imagine they just had Usher, but imagine this P. Diddy. How many people are actually saying the possibility of LeBron James being involved? That is true. Names have come up even as, yes, my friends, names have come up as LeBron James, Denzel Washington. So many different names have came up in this case. That is correct, my friends. So many names have came up in this P. Diddy case. And it will be 10 times bigger than O.J. Simpson's trial. Yes, that will be 10 times bigger than O.J. Simpson's trial. This is possibly the biggest trial in world history. No bigger trial in world history. He is not even convicted. That is right, my friends. He is not even convicted of one crime. He is not a sex offender. But the thing about it, the accusations by themselves, are so damning. That is correct. Those accusations are so damning. And as soon as I get parked, we'll get the show started. We'll be live for a while. So this is where your comment counts. No matter how negative it can be, we still appreciate every comment and all of your compliments, because That is a compliment. No matter what you want to say, you can say it on this form. Just don't use profanity, because I'd rather you say something than do something. I'd rather you say something than do something. I'd rather you get your anger out and take it out on me instead of taking it out on your boss and you lose your job. So if you're angry today and you're tuning into the photography plug, my friends, yes. If you're angry today and you're tuning into the photography plug, yes. Take it out on me. Don't take it out on your boss. You're going to lose your job. You're going to lose your job. And even all the way back here, you can see that police officer noticed. This is very hard, my friends, to be 100% legit. That means if you have one light out, my friends, yes, you can go to jail for jaywalking. It is illegal to jaywalk. So remember, be ready to be your own attorney and carry your weapon at all times. Make sure you have your weapon ready. Act as though you are a Marine and train as you are a Navy SEAL. Be very intelligent and ready as an entrepreneur to be one of the bigger entrepreneurs in American history, that Reginald Lewis. Now, I don't want to be long-winded like I'm trying to talk a whole entire long time and not even read any comments anymore. But we have to remember Reginald Lewis was one of the first black billionaires in this country. And we have to follow that format and say, no, we must be successful. That yes, we must be successful no matter where you lay. P. Diddy is incarcerated tonight. Still one of the most successful men in American history, Sean Puffy Combs, a possible candidate for president of the United States of America. I said it. He could have ran for president of the United States of America and possibly won. All those professional photo shoots there in the Met Gala, my friends, stick with me. Sean Puffy Combs is sitting in a jail in Brooklyn, New York City. If this was Brad Pitt, do you think Brad Pitt will be in Brooklyn jail cell? So I'll be reading some of these comments, but this is a serious issue. We have fun, we joke, but guys, we have to be serious tonight about this forum and about your entrepreneurship, because they said you can never be anything, and we are trying to get a co-host, and our co-host, will be Evander Holyfield. Because we think that Evander Holyfield is so articulate, and that Holyfield, yes, my friends, Evander could be a great host. And you say, well, Evander can't talk. Exactly. We get Evander and Mike Tyson, and we sit them down, and we make these individuals read books in front of us. We take Mayweather. That's what I mean by having fun with social media, guys. Have fun out there now. This is what it's about. It's not about being serious every single second. Have fun with whatever you do in your life. Don't put it up to somebody else to make you enjoy. And I'm going to find a spot. I'll be reading some of these comments. Somebody said, great form. This is super dope. So I greatly appreciate. But we're going to get into the show. I just can't get into the show until I'm parked. And once I'm parked, I think this is a parking space. We actually already support it. Gold Smith Eagles. And then we're going to talk some adult business, some adult talk. Please don't use profanity on this forum. And we get into it. If you have any insults, dash them out. Don't take it out. Don't take it out on your boss, and especially not on your wife, your kids. There's so many women. Now, I do want to say one thing very important before we even start this long form, that women in this country have been abused way too long. That in every single country, that even when the judge asks his wife to go and get him a cup of lemonade, is some type of abuse in that. When the judge asks his wife, go get me some type of lemonade, it's abuse in that. It's abuse to ask your wife to go get you a cup of lemonade. That's abusive action. So if I was P. Diddy's attorney, I would say, number one, the baby oil was a misorder. What is the attorney talking about? He accidentally ordered too much. Number two, the jail is dangerous. P. Diddy tonight needs blood. If you want to be a free man, listen to me. If anybody in or outside can hear me or relay the message, because as free American citizens, you have the right to relay any message or send any kite to any human being in America and worldwide. And welcome to the photography plug. So yes, if I was P. Diddy, my friends, I'm going to say this, and I'm going to be real with you tonight on this forum. It's his attorney. His attorney screwed up by coming out and doing those silly interviews. His attorney is not taking this case serious. That is correct. His attorney is not taking this case serious. Because those 1,000 bottles of baby oil are so damning. He could have at least said it's a misorder and a mistake. He turned out and said so many stupid things in public. That attorney doesn't know how to defend a federal case like the photography plug does. If I was P. Diddy's attorney and his advisor, I would say, P. Diddy, you need to take your money and spread it all over this prison. And every guard, that is right, my friends, every guard will have $1,000 in their account that they never seen before. If their wife want a coat for Christmas, P. Diddy needs to buy it. Yes, he needs to buy his protection. He's in a situation that no human being in world history has been in. He's fighting for his life. Sean Puffy Combs might not be around much longer. This is a forum that's going to talk about the truth and not false statements. This is a forum that's going to change America and America forever by telling the truth about different heartfelt situations. Somebody just mentioned Stacey Dash. They did mention Denzel Washington. And they did mention LeBron James. My friends, if LeBron James or Denzel Washington is involved, we'll be off one-way ticket to New York City. And we don't care if we have to sleep on the curb to bring you this story. We'll be there. We'll be there in New York City if LeBron James or Denzel Washington is involved in this case and it breaks, and they will be arrested. Imagine that. Imagine New York City arresting one of the bigger black actors in American and world history, Denzel Washington. Can you imagine that, my friends? I'll be reading some of these comments right now. I got hit by a truck in managed to get $2 billion in a settlement. So somebody just commented they got hit by a truck and managed to get $2 billion in a settlement. That's wonderful. Congratulations. I'm very glad you are tuned into the photography plug. Donate, donate, donate. You never know who you are actually talking to. So I wouldn't doubt if you were a billionaire. That's right. So welcome to the photography plug. We are talking P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. The hip hop industry is shocked. Fat Joe didn't have any comments today. Method Man turned down interviews. That is correct. It's so many people that could possibly be involved in one of the biggest cases in American history. And you would hear some things that you never heard in your life on another network. This is not your CNN. No, this is not Tidal. We supported Tidal. I do want to say that. But I knew that once you don't answer people's comments, you should go out of business. And never put a automatic answer on your comment. You would never come to Photography Plug and we have automatic answers. No, we don't do that. You mean everything to our platform, and your comments mean everything to the world. And 1,000, 100 people, you can see the police right there, my friends. Welcome to the photography plug. I'll be reading your comments because it's so important on this forum. Not only your comments, you are so important. No matter what, you're an important person. What's up, bro? What's up to you? Shouts out to you. So, yes, that is true, my friends. That the incarceration rate of black and brown people in this country is something that we have to do about. And that Trump's chances dwindle because of this very case. Yes, that Sean Puffy Combs case. America is tired of these huge cases. America wants a Barack Obama back when it was all boring again. America wants Barack Obama back. You remember Barack was in office and nothing happened? It was not even a war. And then comes Trump tackling the world, upset about the remarks that Barack Obama said to him, and tried to clown the former president of the United States of America, and at the time was the president of the United States of America, Donald Trump. One of the most prolific people in the history of the world. Him there on top of Kanye and Jay-Z, the biggest celebrity that possibly ever existed. The towers standing taller, possibly a champion of a tyrant. That former president of the United States of America even had the power to raid the White House and avoid federal capture. Why a brown and black person can't even afford that bond? His money is not worth anything. The same accusations that make America tired of Trump, that build and showed our children that 34 felonies cannot stop you from being successful in this country. That Donald Trump, yes, my friends, and we have a Trump 2024, and I apologize. I miss my Trump fans. We talked about it. We had more Trump fans than Bob Dylan. They all disappeared when we started talking about the diddler. And sometimes I drive my car, I go down there to Dale Earnhardt, and I'm going to talk Dale Earnhardt right now because we're going to crown Mr. Earnhardt, the Dodge that he drove. That I'm asking the state troopers over there in Charlotte, if they see a black Dodge riding through there, I'm going to go about 150 miles per hour to show respect to Dale. That the last a race. Mr. Earnhardt loaded up, put on his helmet, and was ready to show the world and these youngsters that he can beat them in a possible conspiracy that they already knew Dale couldn't hang, that these new cars was too much for Mr. Earnhardt, that when Mr. Earnhardt started his car up, he didn't realize, or maybe he did, that no matter what, he was going to be number one, like the first person on the moon, where America is supposed to be. As Dale started his car, they knew he wouldn't survive the speeds of these new youngsters. Dale refused to back out of one of the races that will shape America and America forever. Mr. Earnhardt represent and there in that American flag. It's a race started. Earnhardt stayed behind. Is a tactical tactic. These cars and these engines was too powerful. They overpowered Dale, but he didn't give up. He didn't give in. And Dale swerved and hit the media and instantly died in that Dodge. Rest in peace, great American citizen, Dale Earnhardt. Guys, we're going to get back to the show, and we are talking P. Diddy. We're not talking Dale Earnhardt tonight. We'll get on that subject another time, but I'd like to shout out all my Trump fans, whether you don't like me, whether you hate me. Hey, it doesn't matter. As long as you comment. I greatly appreciate the forum. We greatly appreciate our partners at IG and our partners at YouTube. This platform is wonderful. If anybody is not familiar with NASCAR, it is a great American sport that we do represent. We're not too familiar. They're not all of them. They're not all of them. It was wrong on both sides. Shouts out to our former President of the United States of America, Donald Trump. So welcome. We are halfway through our live feed. I'll be reading some of these comments right now. Somebody said, I love all of my Trump supporters the same. Shouts out to all of those Trump supporters the same. I will admit my political agenda. I am, yes, I'm going to tell you right now, my friends, what side I am on in this political reign and why. If you are a sheriff or you're a police officer, you're Federal Bureau of Investigation, if you're Army, and shouts out to my beautiful daughter there. My beautiful daughters, obviously, I don't give away too much information, but if you're in the Army and the Navy, you need to be voting for that Donald Trump if you're a part of your local police department, because he's going to fund you. He's going to fund you to be against people like me. And I'm just going to be straight up honest with you. We have to have an honest forum. But if you are for that, vote for Donald Trump. We can't sway your vote. If you're a Democrat, you want the world to change. You want this world to change for women's rights. That is correct. If you want the world to change for women's rights and making women's rights great for once in this country, and us always abusing women, even when that judge asked his wife to get that cup of tea, that's a form of abuse. You get your own tea, Mr. District Attorney. Don't ask your wife to go get you the lemonade. That's not right, is it? I mean, we think about abuse, and when we talk about the Muslims, and they say, well, they covered all of their faces, and then COVID-19 came around, and everybody covered their faces. So I don't think it's a religion thing, and this is not for religion. This is, my friend, a form that is right for capitalism. In other words, we have church on Sundays, and that's about it. But Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, we're going to talk capitalism. So Yes, I'll be reading some of the comments. I got a little off track. Social engineering. Uh, One of the comments: "So don't take drugs like this guy." I asked him back, Jesus loves you. Yes, we believe in Jesus, but we don't believe in your Jesus. This is a form that you can have a church on Sunday. I mean, you can charge people. I guess your church is the best church, but we believe in our own Jesus. Somebody said you don't believe. We don't want to end our careers and end up people passing out Bibles, my friends. So we want to be very successful. This is about capitalism and not, I can't tell you, I can lie to you, but just to be honest with you, I'm not a prophet or I'm a normal human being. I'm not these people that's going to sell you these religions and make money. That is number two. Silicon Valley is number two, and religion is number one in capitalism. So we need it. We need you to sell it, but we don't sell it here. We don't sell Jesus here. So, yes, we are talking P. Diddy being incarcerated. Obviously, those 1,000 bottles of champagne wasn't actually champagne, and I actually bought me a bottle tonight. That's right. I said, I need one. My arms are sore. I've been working so hard. I've been doing, lifting all these weights at my job, obviously. Yes, I bought me a bottle of a baby oil just a few minutes ago, and I feel a lot better. So I wonder if the market is up, down, investor. So think about that, investing in your local baby oil or your champagne. So I'll be reading some of these comments and some of these comments right now because this is the form where your comment means everything. Somebody just commented, he said, what will Jesus think of you and put trans there again, the control and the hate for whatever might be. But the control and the hate for, you could tell if a person is saved, they don't put an insult. So if they would have commented and didn't try to put an insult behind it, then, my friends, it would have been a situation where you can respect that comment. But we don't respect comments from people that claim to be like saved by saying a negative comment. So if I would think Jesus was positive, but could he fight? You know, and obviously my daughter would say yes, he could. I guess in some type of way. He couldn't fight good enough to, what happened to him. There's a murder case where Jesus was a murder case. They held him down, and they put their knee on his neck, and they suffocated him. That's right. They went into the kitchen of Jesus, and they shot him in the eye. That's right. They they went into whistle at a white woman, and they brutally beat him. That Jesus that you talk about, the religion that you speak of, is not what you think it is. His voice comes from the freedom of speech, that ideal of that great American that never can be stopped, capitalism, that sense of a source that even in the darkest places of American and world history, black and brown people achieved the most and were the most educated to learn that was illegal to read and write as a black and brown person in this country. I challenge the Congress, the Senate, our very Supreme Court, and of course, the President of the United States of America to change those laws in Duke University, to make and raid that is correct, raid that Duke University for discriminating against black and brown people for more than 100 years. That Carolina that we love so much, we still wanted to raid it, or we're going to raid it. We're going to take control. We're more powerful than any agency. That Great American Citizen has more people than the Federal Bureau of Investigations. That the Great American Citizen has more people than the Federal Bureau of Investigations. So, God, it's hard. Being sometimes sometimes I'm like, I can't even listen to my own. I can't even listen. I'm like, yay. I can't even listen to my own ideology because I get so motivated and know that black and brown people in this country are some of the most successful people that the world has ever seen. That with that, just saying that by itself, it's an insult to the world. The English, the articulation to say, I stand up today and I say that this recording will exist forever. Photography Blow will be one of the biggest companies in American and world history. And he said, well, where did he learn this from? Why does he think that his company can be what confidence? I wish I had confidence like that. Forget about the money. Think about the confidence in that entrepreneurship, in that business. Think about how powerful you are. And I made sure I read all of these comments tonight. I'm going to make sure we follow up. And we're sending our beautiful Yasmin Lopez to you with some of the best marijuana in the world. And we do have a forum that we believe that if we sell juices in the black and brown neighborhoods and not that 2020, that it will make more money. Only certain people can drink harsh liquors. We don't need harsh liquors or K2 in our black and brown neighborhoods. If they do die, my friends, they're dope dealers, so who cares? The people that are in the curve market. So welcome to the photography plug. I'll be reading some of those comments right now. After 2 hours of everything makes sense and ties up neatly. So great comment to you. I greatly appreciate your comment. I am white and I read at a 4th grade reading level. So yes, America reads about a 3rd grade reading level. It's no use of trying to pretend like America's China. No, so we need the technology. In the future, you're not even going to need to know how to read. Even now, so you don't need. It's good to know how to read, but in the future, would you rather be rich or educated? Would you rather be rich or educated? Okay, thank you. I think take around 60 waffles to roof and doghouse. I'm not sure. So that last comment. So make sure your comments are very intelligent. I understand we have some people on this forum that may be slow. I'm not the most intelligent person in this. I'm a valedictorian like a Maya Angelou, but I'm no Andy, my friends, no Basquiat. Banksy. Shouts out to Banksy. Banksy is an artist in New York that nobody have ever seen. His work is all over the world. We love Banksy. Karl Lagerfeld, Kanye West, that Jay-Z. Shouts out to you. Obviously, the most beautiful Beyonce. Shouts out to you. So we're in a great mood tonight. This is a photography plug. Maybe on another night we'll say something different, but feeling a little bit honest tonight. We'll be reading some of these comments. Your voice means everything. Just by experience in life, if nothing else. So somebody commented about experience in life. Remember, so many people are out here working, floods, So make sure you're on time at your job tomorrow morning. Get a lot of rest. Now, we ever get a chance to fight Mayweather, we're not just going to be training, we're going to be resting. I'll just give you a little... we're going to go to some training and trying to get out to Mayweather. If you could help me, I'll be training to try to clean up that skid row in California. We'll use that to clean up Greensboro. We'll learn from the bigger cities, and then we'll come back home and we will clean up those messes. So donate. I greatly appreciate everybody. This forum did start back in California the day Kobe Bryant died. We were down there in Los Angeles. We'd like to say rest in peace to Kobe Bryant and all those people that saw all of those amazing games in the Lakers. So Kobe Bryant, uh, a great American citizen that contributed so much by his amazing talents. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. I'm going to be heading back to my car. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're here. We're still live. We're going to tend to your comments. Your comments, you are important. Yes, wherever you're from, we just left Smith High School. Wherever you're from, my friends, you can be successful. You know, you can be in the smallest town, but you're gonna have to travel if you do plan to be successful. Going to get ready to. Your girlfriend might not support you. Your brother, sister, they might not. Your uncles, in some type of way, everybody supports everybody. So just keep that in mind. If you're an entrepreneur, it's on you to make it successful and not on your friends and your family. Even though we put so much pressure on our friends and family to support us, it's not their responsibility. It's our responsibility to make ourselves as successful as we can. It's a beautiful thing that have somebody kind of close to my car. So welcome to the format. I greatly appreciate everybody supporting. We're close to 123,000 subscribers. That is right. So welcome to the photography. I'll be reading some of these comments. We're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated in New York City. That's right, Diddy incarcerated in that jail, getting tougher and tougher by the day. What's the drill rap out of New York City that committed that homicide on video? Allegedly, obviously. I think he's in that federal jail, but maybe rocket salad. So welcome to the photography plug. Somebody said Democrat California. So maybe this individual commenter is saying that California would go blue. I think I don't know when the last time California went red. Another comment. So welcome, welcome, welcome. We'll be getting moving here. So yes, we are talking Puff Daddy being incarcerated in New York City. We'll see if we can hit the highway and the byway. Keep it moving. Always know when you're on social media, you have people. So keep moving and stay spontaneous. That's right. In other words, I wouldn't be too calculated because people can calculate your moves. So we are getting to about halfway of this live. We'll see what's going on out here in the city. So ride with me tonight. You just be hearing my voice. We won't be hitting no. Give me a second. So I'll be reading some of these comments. One of the comments, somebody said, "I will find you." Shouts out to you. What's that for? Shouts out to you. Somebody said Puffy. Shouts out to you. Puffy is scaring me. Shouts out to you. Diddy will feature right now if the other criminals, defendants, and sociopath in federal prison. Yes, he is surrounded by very controlling prisoners. That is true. Very surrounded by very bad guys. And this is bad boy. People say Cassie, she wanted a bad guy. Would you, if you're a female, date a good guy? Or do females just want all bad guys? Somebody just commented, what car is that? Shouts out to Greensboro. So much support, man. So many people in Greensboro support. It's amazing. Especially my day ones now. They always support. But so many people in this city support Photography Plug. But our number one is obviously New York. You're not going to get too many people in a small market. You're not going to get too many people in a small market. And that is correct. You can find Anybody. When you find them, you better be ready. Welcome to the photography plug. Let's see how well this connection is, like on the highway. I experiment, and remember, life is experiments. A bag of potato chips is an experiment. And if you're going to be on social media, guys, you're going to have some haters. So I wanted to go down to Charlotte. But we'll go by here real quick. Everything seems to be. So we're talking P. Diddy being incarcerated. What do you feel? You think he did it? Innocent. He hasn't been convicted of a. So one thing about being an entrepreneur, I'm gonna give you away of some of the secrets. Now, when I kept at 80 miles per hour, most people are not. Somebody say, "Well, you got to go 150. You're gonna wreck." If you said about 80 miles per hour, I mean, like in your career, if you're after whoever you're after and you're staying at that miles per hour, most people can't keep up. So if you're constantly, if you have an agenda and you're moving, not just moving for fun, but if you're moving if you're a trucker, whatever business you're in, if you're traveling about 80 miles per hour, you could be successful. I noticed when I was on the West Coast that when I traveled at 80, I was beating everybody that was going a little bit slower. So it wasn't the fact that you want to go a million miles per hour, you're going to wreck and you're moving too fast. I think like Nipsey Hussle, and obviously rest in peace to the great late Nipsey Hussle. Shouts out to Cowboy. Hearts are always with you out there on the West Coast. We're still traumatized with you. Obviously, we don't feel the pain like you do, but we all love Nipsey Hussle. So obviously, rest in peace to the late, great Nipsey Hussle. He was a great entrepreneur. That is correct, Nipsey. Nipsey was a great entrepreneur, and we were able to get his photos in professional format. And we will be selling those photos. Obviously, Puma can buy them. Obviously, the older they get, that's not artwork of Nipsey that we own. They're actually photography. So that's really him. If somebody paints something, we love your artwork, but that's not really him. We have the real imagery of what Nipsey Hussle, and we're preserving those, what Nipsey Hussle looks like, who he is, and what he looked like. You know, we don't own the name. We just own the imagery. Anytime you take photos, you don't own that person's name. You just own the imagery of that. Shouts out to Nipsey Hussle. Eventually, obviously, Young Dolph too. We always talk Young Dolph's trial and his the person that committed the crime was convicted. A straight drop was convicted. Young Dolph's murder. So he appeared in court, and everything went as that prosecutor's way, and it was a conviction in that Young Dolph's case. So rest in peace, Young Dolph, a great entrepreneur spirit. He refused to sell hard drugs, only marijuana, trying to help the neighborhood. He went to a Makita's Cookies, and for some reason, if you're rich, you throw the money, obviously, and back in. But if it's your day, it's your day. It's nothing you can prevent. So remember, and shouts out to Young Dolph, rest in peace. Shouts out to Big Moochie Grape. That's right. Go check out also Big Boogie too. We have to do something about that and bring that to a calm and to an end. Or that CMG, the Young Dolph. We don't want any more bloodshed. We know that yes, it may happen and it will, but we don't want it. We don't want it. And welcome to the photography plug. I appreciate everybody riding with me. So many people have seen me out there on the streets. We'll get back on the streets. We'll be back on the streets tomorrow night in some more better form. I can relate to you guys a lot better on the streets and not riding in a car. I don't like the forum as much because your comments count so much on this forum. Uh, yes, that is true. Puff Daddy incarcerated in that New York City jail, not in Rikers Island, could possibly. That's not. I think Rikers Island is a state penitentiary and one of the more worst. Yes, we actually had a client, and everybody was young. I mean, I'm talking about not in age and health. There was a great client today. Feel really good. Greatly appreciate everybody today. Please give me a good insult. Anybody out there have any good insults? I greatly appreciate if somebody could come up with something really catchy, something that can make us all laugh. Some type of insult about me. I want you to take it out on me. I don't want you to take it out on your boss. Rest in peace to a friend of mine down here. I lost his life so many years ago. Great person, but it was challenging to be around. Mr. McCullen was a legend in my eyes because we started with Cullen slapping us in the back of the head of that Buick all those years ago. He passed away and was murdered and killed. Mr. McCullen was a great American citizen. So we talked about so much tonight. We talked about Dale. We did talked about Dale Earnhardt. We talked about Diddy. Yes, we talked about Diddy. We even went by Smith High School and supported Dudley from the outside. And somebody said it's kind of creepy. One day we'd go inside, but you have to understand, I'm a working man, and I'm a human. In other words, I don't have all the energy to be around huge crowds. I can understand why Jay-Z and the celebrities are tired because they're constantly working. So when I get off, I'll be still working, not realize that I'm working. And we'll be working and glad to be working with our partners at YouTube. Somebody said the average equivalent of the American citizen education is third or fourth grade. You're exactly right. It is second grade. So remember, it doesn't have to be a very complex. Birdman is very rich because all of his music is very simple, very simplistic. All Bird shouts out to Birdman, Lil Wayne. We did crown Lil Wayne as photography plug's favorite and best rapper to ever grace the stage. Has to be pound for pound, just like that Mayweather. That is true. Pound for pound, just like that beautiful Mayweather. Pound for pound, just like that beautiful, fast punching Mayweather that we challenged and never did. That is a secret I never told you guys. We ran down Mayweather, and Mayweather knew it. Social media wasn't as popping, so get us out to California. We'll do it again. We'll run down Mayweather. You got to see some things that you don't see on TV. You'll see here. You didn't know that we went to California and we challenged Floyd Mayweather Jr. Yes, we did. It was a 6-month thing. I had a lot of people in industry putting money up. This is about capitalism and money. So this is not, it wasn't necessarily the best fighter in the world. Who's the better promoter in the world? Mayweather is one of the best promoters in the world. Obviously, people want to get on that, not that platform, but every sports icon loses their sauce. And obviously Mayweather is getting older and older by the day. Shannon Sharp has his own show. He made more money off of Cat Williams than he did in the NFL. And I'll be reading some of those comments right now. So welcome to the Photography Plug. Diddy did Drake wash his bun. Oh, somebody commented that Drake could possibly be involved in this case. Somebody said that Drake could possibly be involved in this case. If you're an artist, you're an entrepreneur, you're somebody out there, and you want your music heard and you know where the photography plug is at, you are more than welcome to come. We will put your music out there. We'll let the world know who you are and what you represent. Obviously, we're not the prosecuting attorney, so you have to be smart for that. We've been in many places, especially in Charlotte, that individuals had tomahawks. They come out with drums and switches. We don't want that. Protect yourself and keep your gun on you, but we're not going to show it on a form to promote something that's gonna eventually not end well. So let's be on a professional format so we can professionally be here tomorrow and not necessarily have to be like the Cowboys and the Indians. And those also bring so many viewers and so many people to the forum. This is a live. We always ask for people to be very cautious and professional at the decisions that they make. And then some people will be going to college. I'm sure some people will be going to Harvard University, Columbia, MIT. Maybe Duke University just accepted you to the medical department. If not, you could be possibly going to your penitentiary, my friends. If you do, life is not over. That penitentiary is now known to produce some of the biggest stars in the world. There for you, that pen. And I can remember turning that corner and getting ready to get your shank ready because this is the big boy prison. Now, when you get to the other side, they're going to be checking your vitals. They're going to be checking your teeth. And then you're going to see some of your homeboys out there that broke the law just like you did, or if you're an innocent person. After you get your teeth checked, you'll probably see a couple people already on stretchers being beat up. Yes, after that, you will be checked in at the Department of Corrections, and they'll be checking your vitals. You'll be there with mostly black and brown people, some white people that have broke the law too egregiously that they can't even handle. They can't even handle that. So you'll be checking yourself in that penitentiary, and those guards will be there ready to strip search you. Yes, my friends, those guards will strip search you, and they will go through your buttocks, and they will bring their baby oil, because if they're looking at that every day, they're used to it, and they're waiting for the young guy to come in. Here you are, young and ready to fight. And you're going to have to fight because those men look at you as a younger person, not like you think you should be looked at. You'll get a celly, or you'll be in an open floor, and you'll run into some of these rappers that's out there, maybe some of those Pooh Shiesties possibly. And as you see Pooh Shiesty, you'll say what's up and all, and realize that they even have cell phones in there, and maybe somebody even heard a photography plug, and then you'll probably be hearing my voice in the penitentiary. So welcome to the photography plug. I greatly appreciate everybody. We're going to enjoy this rest of this night. Thank you so much for all the love and support. I'll be reading these comments. I got $2.1 billion cost. That is amazing. Please donate $100,000 right now. It's going to go to a great cause. I'll take $50,000 and I will give it out tomorrow morning on video. That's right. Any donations in large amounts, once this allocation does go through, we'd like to thank our partners that we will be giving money out on video. Yes, my friends, will be giving money out on video to the homeless, to the needed, to the worker in the store. We'll be giving away so much money. Remember, Bob Marley say the IRS, we don't worry about the IRS because we give it all away. So we want to get to the point where we're not Rock Nation. You'll be hearing and you'll be seeing it physically, how much we'll be giving back to our communities. So thank you so much for tuning in tonight. On a closing note, I'm going to close, guys. And as the Muslims used to say, I'm in closing. It used to be a whole nother hour. That's right. Mr. Brother Mateen was out there at the masjid, struggling with the Quran, but he taught us so well. Mr. Mateen there at that small masjid. And most people overseas, they say, well, why do you believe in Islam? Most people believe in Islam over here because it's a sport that most of people, that is correct, my friends, that most people that believe in Islam in different countries believe in it because it's more like a sport. So a Muslim said to me, he says, see, we have to believe in it because it's a sport. We can read the Quran front and back at the age of 4. The hadiths, we know them all by competition, NFL, the NBA, FIFA. He said, why are y'all so faithful being lost as that slave blood is in all of us trying to find who you really are? Maybe as an entrepreneur, you haven't found it. Maybe as a spiritual person, you haven't found out who you are personally, but you're trying to search and figure out who I am. And more importantly, where I'm going, because the only way I can know where I'm going, I have to find out who I am and how far will you travel. Remember, there were some slaves that believed, my friends, that they were free and massa was the best thing for them. That master bedroom is illegal today for real estate agents to advertise the master's bedroom. My friends, we had fun tonight. And we're going to have a lot more fun. I want you to keep tuning into the photography plug. You be that entrepreneur. You be that person that can change the world. Thank you.